Alright guys, welcome back. Alright, in this content for today, we're going to share you about build your brand before you build your business. Now, as the topic says, build your brand before you build your business, why is it important, right? This is for any small business that want to start the business and kind of try to monetize as soon as possible, and also save a lot of headaches, cost, and all those paperwork things, right? So this is going to be mainly for food business, but not necessarily for food business, but you can just merge it all together. But I'm gonna give you a kind of a hindsight on the food business. So in this content, let's talk about 4 key points, right? The first things that I want to share with you, which I already note here, and so I just want to make sure that I just don't go out of the track. So the first question is, why building your brand first, right? The saying goes like marketing before sale, right? It's always important so that people doesn't know your product when you start, or any product when it's in an early stage. So you do not know before you sell it. So the only way to get to know that whether you're going to sell the product or not is by marketing and getting response from people. So if you are planning to start a business in terms of food, let's say for cookies, ice cream, or bubble tea, coffee stores, or whatever, right? Small one, right? When I say small one, it's not small, but in terms of scaling the business model, it's small, right? So when you try to build all those things, it is very it got attached to you, right? The business is totally attached to you because that's something that you're passionate about it, and you want to make sure that when you try to sell those products, you are getting a positive response. And to know that, you have to first build your brand, and to build your brand starts with marketing before you sell, right? So the best way for you to execute your program and plans and your kind of a business model is first try to build your brand as much as you can. So the questions would be, how do I build my brand without a product, right? Well, it's about like a engagement with your fan followers or people who might be interested with your product. So you just have to bring in the idea. Don't ever worry about that somebody's going to steal your idea, somebody's going to use your idea, blah blah blah, right? Don't worry about that, because at the end they have to execute, draw their own plans. They cannot just go do the same thing step by step of what you plan, what your strategies are. Nobody knows it, but they might would just try to replicate it. It doesn't mean that it should hit your business. Well, most of the time it doesn't work like that, right? So be on the safer side, think positively, and start building your business brand, right? And then with that, you have to start marketing your brand. So first thing is that you don't necessarily have to even create a business what I call account, or register your business. Create a brand name, say for example ABC Cookies, right? And create a little logo, and then start marketing on your Facebook, TikTok, or social media platform, right? And see how people are kind of responding to the product that you want to serve. So I would say, do not go with more than 2 to 3 products, right? Just give them a list and ask people for questions or feedback and see how they kind of respond to you. So for example, if you want to start your cookies, ABC Cookies, right? Ask them that, share to them this is what you're planning to do it, and what is their response. So a little feedback from people response is always going to be very helpful for you to build your brand. There's going to be a lot of criticisms and also kind of a negative response from people, but don't worry about it. This is going to be happening in the business all the time. So what you want to do is, not because there is a mountain you don't want to climb over it, right? Because of the mountain itself, right? But then what you want to do is cross over that mountain. On the other side of the mountain is going to be a slope. It's just going to be sliding, and probably you would know that what's the new challenges, or if that's the final challenges for your business, right? So never ever be discouraged by the people criticisms or negative feedback or negative response. You know that what you want to do, what you want to achieve, have your set of mind and plan it well. Have your kind of final destinations, Well, actually, it's not going to be perfect all the time, but you know it when you where you want to be. Say, for example, today you have a $500 which you want to invest on your product, but you want to plan that how can I make this 500 to 50,000 in the next 12 months, 3 months, 5 years, whatever, right? You just have to draw the line and figure it out. How can you achieve that 50,000 investing 500, and how long it's going to take for you to convert that into 50,000? And what are the medium that you want to use it? It could be social media or collaborations with your friends, family, influencers, or people who are locally networking with you. So building your brand is the first thing that I would suggest you to focus on when you are trying to start your business. All right, so the second thing is how to build my brand. So what I did was, and I did the mistakes, and it's always a learning curve, right? So the first I would say is that as you build your logo, try to engage people with what you want to do, right? Share as much as thoughts. It could be online contents, it could be somebody's video reviews, or people like for example, for a chef, they come up with new products from YouTube channel. Just talk about that particular YouTube contents, what you think, what they should add it, what they shouldn't add it, or what do you think that it should be good for different kind of age, from for kids, for mid-age, and for old age, all those things. You can always talk about what your brand product is, and that you want to deliver and compare to that. So you always have the data and the resources to compare with it. So what you are trying to do is that you are trying to give an options of a repackaging of similar products, but not exactly the same product, right? So the way to build your brand would be talk about other people's products, how positive they are, and how good and bad they are, and what you want to make a kind of a difference or bring into the people, bring for the people. And also you can always collaborate with local influencer. If not, then you can always have a kind of a one-on-one interview with one of these service provider. For example, if you're going back with ABC Cookies, you can always meet and talk to a lot of people who operate a bakery, and then ask them, discuss with them, and try to collaborate and come up with some sorts of business plan and models that they will support you, and at the same time you are supporting them, right? It's just about a mutual exchange all the time. So that's what we are looking for. And then how to market my brand. Well, there's a lot of way to market your brand. I would say use social media platform to build your brand itself, right? Because that's a kind of easy way and also cost-effective way to get a positive response or negative response or any kind of feedback from the people, right? Why do you need to why do you need how to market my brand? All right. Use social media platform to build your brand. Invest in your brand marketing. Get people response and feedback. Number one is collect feedback from people, and to implement on the response, and based on the product selections, product price, and the fulfillment, if it's going to be locally delivered or it's going to be long distance shipment product. All right. So how to market my brand comes, actually this is a kind of easy to know, but I hope I believe that you guys have already noted how to build your brand and all those things, because there's other great content in YouTube that you will be able to get kind of more info, a deeper info of building the brand. But that what I'm trying to say to you here is that why do you have to build a brand? At the same time, how to market my brand is, I'm gonna give you kind of a little story, right? So there's a guy here in Miami. What he does is that very interesting, by the way. He didn't have any product, he didn't have anything. So but what he want to do is he kind of start his own meal box, the meal box, ready to eat meal box business. But the thing is that he does not have any restaurant or anything like that, but he's just kind of a employee in one of the restaurant. So what he does is that he invests about like $500. He creates a menu, right? And he got about like 5 different products, and he does what do you call it, 50% marketing promotions on subscriptions of meal box. So people probably may not eat every day the same meal box, or or outside food, or a restaurant fast food. Sometimes they might will just have time and want to eat their own kind of a home cooked food. But there are people at least who will want to buy at 2 to 3 times in a week. So for those people, he kind of target those little audience, and he has about like a 10 people in 2 months. Well, actually, he says that he didn't take the money, but he just got the data of how people want to respond to it. People says that, hey man, I don't want the beef, I want a salmon, or say I want a chicken, but I want it to be kosher, or it should be halal or something like that. So it adds on and on. So he built up those feedbacks from the people using Facebook marketing. So he initially invested about like, I think, $500 to see how people want to respond to it. So when he got about like close to about like 100 people feedbacks, yes, no, whatever, he start kind of his business. He didn't have to do a special packaging, he didn't put his own label, logos, or anything like that. But what he does is that he was looking for locally people who he can, within like maybe like 3 miles, that he can deliver, right? That's what he did it. So what happened was he got about like five clients who were locally within his area, and he he used a commissary kitchen to prepare those food. And so that's how he started. So he just got the kind of the demanding or the required data from the customer, and he built based on that. And as he expand the quality on the people demand, he was kind of getting into cause and effect mode, which is like, if people likes your food, of course it's going to go to a network effect. Basically that means that you don't even have to market anymore, people will market for you, right? So that's what he does. And so the last things on this one I want to share with you is how to execute my brand and products. So the only reason why I'm sharing you with this last topic is based on this story. So based on your data, right? So what you have to do is first create some sort of a photo or a menu, or that is your main product already, right? The only thing is that it's not executed or it's not prepared yet, but that is what you want to advertise to the market, and you want to share this is the product that you are going to bring into the market, and if they are willing to buy it, or if they like it, or if they want to modify it, customize it, whatever, right? You are willing to do that, and based on that you're gonna get a lot of feedback and response from people, and that is all what you needed. So once you get more and more feedback and response, try to focus on the first 5 or 10. That's enough, because you want to kind of serve these 5 to 10 people the best quality, and also best price, and also what we mentioned about earlier was the fulfillment. Are you going to be using a carrier, which is going to be like a postal carrier for your shipment, UPS, USPS, and all those things? They does that, and if not, then can you deliver them locally every day, every evening, or every afternoon? It is up to you, right? So at the end, what you want to do is that, because you have this flyer or the poster or your menu, you want to market and try to get as much as lead and response from people. So as you have more and more kind of engagements on your particular post, you will get to know it that, okay, these are the key factors that I have to execute it, and based on that you will be able to kind of maximize and double it up, whatever is good. But at the same time, it'll also help you out not to spend a lot of money at the initial stage before you do not even know what will be the response on people, right? So guys, the first things you gotta be focusing on is build your brand, and you do not really have to have a product to build your brand. Like as we mentioned earlier, just create a logo and create your menu, and start marketing as much as you can, because you're not selling right now, you're asking people response, and you are also at the same time asking people to kind of set their mindset what they will be expecting from you once the fulfillment is executed or when the order is completed, right? This is the best way how you can engage it. You don't really have to start getting into the restaurant or start paying a lot of paying money to the commissary, because I think they charge you like $50 to $100 per hour. You don't have to do that, right? So the best way is, like I said, start branding, use your social media platform. Most of them are free. And if you can also try to network with your people, local chef or a people chef that or any restaurant that you would like to partner with, or any local influencer, that's going to be a positive sign, and it's just going to be very helpful for you in the long run. All right, guys, with that, I believe that this content is going to be helpful for you. So with that, if you have questions, if you have feedback, if you have any suggestions, like I say, feel free anytime to share me your thoughts on the comment sections, and do subscribe and share this content to friends and folks who would be interested to learn more about this. And also, if you would like to start your kind of a small virtual kitchen, cloud kitchen, all those things, I do have kind of a training course. And if you are in Florida, right, I will be able to hook you up with some of the restaurants or the chef that would be interested to partner with you to launch your product and to build your brand at the same time. All right, guys, with that, cheers. See you in the next video.